stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Morning, everyone. What is it? Every cat this morning is just whiny butts. They're all whiny butts. Oh. Rare? Yeah, there you are. Let me guess, you want some love. Well, at least you're keeping my neck warm. At least you're keeping my neck warm. Good morning, everybody. Oh, man. Okay, fine. Get in. Oh, it's because it's Bastion. Okay. I thought you were Ronan. Bastion is my lap sitter. He's the only one that sits in my lap. The other ones just want to swirl around. But as you can see, he loves his butt love. No, we'll just do regular love today. Okay, buddy? Okay. There you go. Settle on in. Okay. The only problem is then the other cat gets jealous and he doesn't like this cat because you're a bully. You're a bully. And you're lucky that we even took you, dude. I only took this cat because my grandkids asked me to, and they're even like, and you got to keep his name because we want to see him. Now they come over, they're like, what's the name of that cat? You did it again? That's your bonus. Hey, we gotta laugh at stuff, right? Good morning, Amber. It's good to see you. Hey, and thanks. Just thanks for hanging out with me all year. And I've been through a lot this year. Not necessarily been through a lot as much as the town elk pissed me off. I don't know. Yesterday was kind of tough, man. They were important and they needed to be done. There's a lot of no shit. You're kidding. There's nothing wrong with healthy competition, man. I love healthy competition. We didn't, and I can understand participation awards because everybody wants to feel like they belong, and I get that. I actually kind of understand that, but we should still keep score. There should still be a winner and a loser. Okay, somebody should win and no, because it helps you understand that there's nothing that even losing is a good thing because then you can become better. Right. So I don't know. Just thinking. Today is trusting a higher power. I don't really have a reading. It's what I do a lot. So let's do some introductions and go ahead and get started. Now that the sales year for Amber has ended, nobody likes losing. But there's nothing worse than a horrible winner either. Yeah. So, I mean, we see it in NFL all the time. On the field, they're the enemy. But once the game's over, they all come together and shake each other's hands and good game, but absolutely. But if you're here, please say hello, whether watching the live or the rewatch. Let me flip that over to the chat. Are you having a good cleaning session there, Bastion? Huh? You having a good cleaning session? He's so cute. He's so cute. He's a bully. but he's just so cute. Oh, what is trust? You know, trust is my higher power's love language for me, and he doesn't like it when I give him kisses. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like my face anywhere near him. He's weird that way. He will give me kisses on like my hand or something, but no, Ronan's the kissy one. And then um Sawyer, my oldest and biggest cat, he gives head bumps. Jack's just an orange cat. He doesn't fucking know his name from his asshole. So but he's a good cat. Very loving. Very loving. But yeah. This is just it's hard for me to explain. I guess the best way to put it is, I've been through so many things in my life, and I sit here today, and there's a lot of really neat things going on. Now, kind of the hard part of doing a lot of this is I have to dig into this negative realm in order to get to something, and that's the arduous part. That's the hard part. I got to think of everyone, putting together resources, AA resources or recovery resources for a detox or for Adams County is a lot harder than it sounds. Because, where are we leading these people? What are we doing? And sorry, my stomach's kind of hurting. Ooh. Give me a second. Look at that. That was my lighter. All right, it's too warm, but you can go. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go grab a Tums. Tums. Yeah, you don't want to chase them in there, dude. All right. I have a reading. From Al-Anon. Doesn't quite fit into this. But I need something to get my brain going. Because everything that I thought I was going to talk about, I can't remember. And that's just God again saying, yeah, no. And when you go through that enough, it's like, I 100% trust my higher power. So, okay. I always figured most of my troubles would be over if I won the lottery. Anything would be possible with that much money. But would it take away the effect of alcoholism has had on my family? Would it make the drinker sober? Could it guarantee happiness? Is money really what I want? Now I'm going to apply this. I get it. We need money, No worries. No worries. I'm sure I'll yak long enough that when you're done, drop it off. I'll probably still be here. Good chance of it. So, I haven't really been talking about this, but for months, Shannon and I have had to scrape, but we've made progress because this time we didn't have to pawn anything, right? And to me, that's progress. I have a roof over my head. I have a car that works. No, I don't have beef Wellington, but there's plenty of food in there. My needs are taken care of, and really that's what I'm going after. But I know this, there is no amount of money that can buy sobriety. I know that. Money is not a condition of sobriety. Yeah. Yeah, I was listening to this one guy who was peddling his own bullshit. And he's like, don't ever give up. I was in treatment 13 times and I thought to myself, fuck. So 10 of those times you were just a selfish fuck taking up a space while somebody else needed help. You had the information. I won't send somebody to treatment more than twice. I think that's a waste of resources and time because they're already treatment speaking to me. Now it's time to apply it. See, they didn't learn how to apply it. And I know that because that's me. Yeah, I didn't know how to apply it. I'm working with some people right now, and it's a little frustrating, but they're being as honest as they know how at the moment. That's really all I can give. Dion's kind of tired of doing all these hard things. I mean, it's not going to stop, but it affects me, and I want to live my best life too. I don't know. I'm finding a balance in there though, right? No, so is money what I really want? No, of course not. What I really want is to feel better. Nothing will eliminate all my problems from my life. Remember, I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. Well, happiness only happens right now. It's the only time it can happen. I'm going to tell you something. My mind just told me something and my fucking heart sunk. Not for any real good fucking reason. I'm just say, I want to say it. Yeah, I'm working on kind of opening up a little business for myself, and it's just me being a mentor, helping people out at a very nominal cost. And my brain went, well, Dion, nobody's showing up to your lives. What do you mean that, See how our mind can frustrate us? That's not true. That's not true. Although a lot of people have fallen off lately. It's the course, man. It's the course. It hurts. But I'll work through it, we always work through it. So since there are difficulties, nothing will eliminate all my problems from my life. Since there are difficulties with which I must live, the only real answer is to seek the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. My brain likes to challenge that line because it's like, I'm making changes, but other people told, well, those are, you're just going to have to accept that. God will take care of it. And my thought that went through my mind is, yeah, he asked me to take care of it. I mean, there isn't anybody, and I'm not bragging on myself. There's just not many in Colorado like me. But I've been doing this a long time, and but everybody has their place, because at the same time, if you folks weren't out there making the world go round, I couldn't do what I do. It takes everybody. It does. For what I'm doing. See, if I know it sounds silly, but if you don't go to work and you're doing what it is that you're doing, I can't do what I'm doing. If other people decide not to make their own lives better or not be open-minded, I can't do what I do. Yeah. So when I say thank you, I mean, that's the shit that I'm talking about. This stuff always goes so much deeper, and there's a lot to learn because I have this finite mind. Okay. It's not infinite. And no, I'm sorry, but shrooms are not going to make your brain even more. Hi, sweetie. Leisure. I can only steer my car and stay in my lane. The other driver's actions are up to them. Absolutely. Absolutely. But you think you have no power over that? Try swerving. I just love fucking. Morning, sweetie. It's good to see you. That's my daughter. So, daughter, that's Scott and Amber. I think you've met you kind of met Amber a little bit once, right? You know, I've seen people with absolutely nothing in this world have serenity and carry the powers of good. I've seen it, and is money a factor? I mean, in the case that I can increase somebody's chances to get and stay sober, yes, then it kind of, like putting a roof over somebody's head. I just so yeah, cool, leisure. Did I know that Serenity is available to me free of charge? When I go to Al-Anon meetings and they apply the principles I learned there to my life. I was pretty naive about, and naive just means you don't know, or you weren't taught, or you weren't willing to learn yet. That's what that means. But it just means that you don't know, and I'm naive about a lot of things still. But when it comes to this program and my emotions and looking internally, I've gotten pretty good at it. I found that happiness wasn't the goal. Balance was the goal, because happiness comes with balance. Happiness is just something that comes from something that is good. So I would run around all the time. I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. When really I needed to be well. I needed to be better than what I was doing at the moment. And that includes now. That includes now, sure. Am I doing well? Sure. But there's always better, right? Just like Amber earlier. That's a good way to put it, within. Thanks, Amber. Yeah. I'm not fighting life. Even when I'm doing all this other stuff, I'm not fighting. I'm stating fact. Now, I won't say that I don't get into it sometimes. Of course. When I was doing the interview yesterday, every chance I got to make a joke about them, I did. And I needed it. I'm sorry. And we had fun. Worst case scenario in that is I found an ally. What a brave guy. He's been threatened already. And I told him, I'm like, these are the people doing it, by the way. But I digress, because I was trying to get to a point on that. Morning, Michelle. It's good to see you. Hi. That going through, I didn't really find any sort of way to find balance until I went through that fourth and fifth step and kind of admitted everything that I did wrong to another human being. And then it was out in the open, right? And then what happened is those character defects come up, and now I'm able to face them. And I'm able to face them with courage, right? Now, I don't have less fear. I still have the same amount of fear that I did. But what I do have is more courage, and that courage outweighs the fear. So I don't even really see the fear as much anymore. And I don't have the same kind of fears. Yesterday morning, I had a big fear. I'm like, God, I need the right words. I don't even know what direction this is going to go. I have no idea. But I do know that if I ask you for help, you will do it for me. I know that you will use me, and I'm cool with that. So let's do that. And it worked. It always works. I base a lot of even these. I don't do notes and all this other stuff. No, this is raw shit, man. There's no filters here. Right? Now, what you see is what you get. And half the time I come on here and my hair ain't done. I haven't shaved in 2 weeks. And, all right. So what happens to a man when he's married for more than 10 years? He's just like, fuck it. I'm kidding. Money won't buy me serenity. In fact, it'd probably have a whole new set of problems and decisions if fortune ever did fall into my lap. Yeah. Yes, it does, Mr. Leisure. Absolutely. Yeah. Now, when it comes to fear, people sometimes say face everything and rise, things like that. But fear only really has two options, and it's fight or flight. So really, God, that's hard to explain. And now I put myself in quite a pickle here. The fear with the emotion itself is fight or flight. So you're not really facing your fears as much as you're confronting your snakes. And when you confront your snakes without argument, there's no argument here. Hey, you're not very useful to me at this time, dude. All right? Okay, thanks. It's usually anger. All right. Then what happens? Then we take that anger because the feeling's still there, but then we can put it to something useful. It's a motivation to something instead. So instead of fighting, now I'm motivated. And that's kind of the difference. But yeah, I mean, if a bunch of money fell in my lap, I just have other problems. Not necessarily true now, but I do know that the cash has nothing to do. I mean, we made cash. We made money. Maybe we were just supposed to, maybe it's just we were supposed to share everything, right? Maybe we were supposed to share. That's very good advice. Yes, it is. You're not supposed to use control in bad weather. Good advice. It's uncomfortable. That's why people fight instead of fight. Yes, it is. It's highly uncomfortable. Yep. The touchstone for all change is pain. And it's quite often I tell people, man, you're awfully comfortable in your sobriety. And what I'm saying is you're resting on your laurels. You can't take comfort in sobriety. Okay. We don't retire. We don't stop. Okay. But the cool thing is we don't have to worry about the rest of it. We just have to focus on what's going on today and right now. See, all these things apply. When I got 1 foot in yesterday and 1 foot in tomorrow, I'm just going to piss all over today. Hey, Bran. Drive in, having a rough day. Migraine. My neighbor used care for this message to take care of next door in the hospital. Could just, oh man, Bran, that's a hard day. All right, let me get to that here in a second. I mean, I can't take away grief, but there is hope, and I've already seen it. You know what? The reading will always be there. That's just hard. It is. So I'm going to try and just shift your focus just a little bit, right? You're there to help now. I know you got that migraine, but alcohol's not in the picture. It's not, it's not an option at this point. Okay. And I can tell you this, that service carries the highest rating of anything that we do. Yeah. It's a great way to put it, Mr. Leisure. We can only live and love in the moment. It can't happen at any other time. I can't love you yesterday. I can't love you tomorrow. I can only do it right now. And and the only way that I can really love you is for who you are. Anything outside of that would be a demand. And it could be hard to translate, how we're feeling in the moment to that. So what I would suggest is, number one, don't skip your meetings today. We don't skip meetings. They carry that priority, and meetings is usually where I find a lot of my balance. Hey, because you go and then you're reminded of the reasons why you're doing what you're doing, and that what you're doing is really, really hard. So, well, Bren, this is the way that it works. We're not all sick on the same day. Okay. And time is not considered a factor in that. Right. So grief, there's no time limit on grief. Okay. My grandma's been gone for a while now. Every now and again, I break down. I do. I miss her. I miss her a lot. I miss my dog. I miss that. I've lost a lot of people in my life because I've been in AA for a while. And, so what are some of our things? This too shall pass. Which honestly, no, I think that sucks. I think that's a sucky one in this situation. Yeah, and it's okay. Now, this is a situation that I've talked about before where sometimes a lot of things we let go. But when it comes to these emotions, we got to let them stay. And it's okay. Nice. Good for you. So you already a step ahead. I mean, that's great. Because we also understand that we got to take care of ourselves first. Right? Oh, Amber. Reason it hurts when we lose someone is because they taught us to love that much. God, what a solution statement that was. Yeah. I get that. I mean, what can you really say? Because we can't make the emotions go away. That's not, that's just pushing them down, and that's old behavior, right? So what can we really do? Well, all we can really do is tell our friends where we're at and what we're doing. Right? So what I would say in this situation is take comfort in the fact that you're doing the right things. Uh-oh. Crying. There's crying here quite often. If it weren't for my sobriety, I would not even feel these emotions. Yeah. Wouldn't even have known the neighbor. Wouldn't be able to get in the car to help. Wouldn't be able to do anything except say, I'm sorry, and then go back to the bottle. Because we really don't understand what's going on when we're consumed by that. So let's finish up the reading here. All right. But as an Al-Anon member who can rely upon a higher power's help with any and every problem with that comes along, today I feel like one of life's winners. Yeah. Yeah, no crying with migraine. That hurts. It does. A lot of great advice here. A lot of great advice. I'm going to go to something here because this is kind of what we've been talking about. And I actually did the full thing the other day, but not many people were here. So not a big not a big deal. And yeah, it's trudging. This road is not easy. If you want easy, I don't know where it lies, because drinking and drugging ain't the easy part either. So I don't know what's easy. So I go for the hard things. Yeah, absolutely. All right. If you'd like to follow along, I'm in the big book on page 275. And this is what we're talking about right now. So, AA is not a plan for recovery that could be finished and done with. It is a way of life. Okay, I looked up and saw the word whore. I got to do something. Oh, if life was easy, I'd be a whore. Do you really want to say that on your dad's live? Come on. No, we have that kind of relationship. Don't care. I was an absentee alcoholic father. Not much is off the table. So it is a way of life, and the challenge contained in its principles is great enough to keep any human being striving for as long as they live. We cannot outgrow this plan. As arrested alcoholics, we must have a program for living that allows for limitless expansion. Keeping one foot in front of the other is essential for maintaining our arrestment. Others may idle in a retrogressive groove, but without too much danger. But retrogression can spell death for us. However, this isn't as rough as it sounds, as we do become grateful for the necessity that makes us toe the line, and we find that we are compensated for the consistent efforts by the countless dividends we receive. So, Brent, there will be a dividend from this. It'll come in love. It'll come in gratitude. It won't happen today. Doesn't need to happen today. Today's the trudge part. Okay. So yeah, trust in that higher power, knowing that they're going to get you through this day, because really it's only the only part that we have to do, right? Well, do it an hour at a time if you need to. If you need to lay down, take a nap, you do that. But you take care of you too. You know, a complete change takes place in our approach to life. Where we used to run from responsibility, we find ourselves accepting it with gratitude that we can successfully shoulder it. Exactly what we're talking about. That fear. Instead, we're going to go like, nope, that's enough. That's enough. Okay, I got a higher power on my side now. They relieved me of my alcoholism. They made me feel better. They gave me my kids back. They created this beautiful life for me. So yeah, let's not worry. Let's go ahead and trudge through this. Trudge together, but we do it together, right? But it gets better. We find ourselves accepting with gratitude that we successfully shoulder. Instead of wanting to escape some perplexing problem, we experience the thrill of challenge in the opportunity it affords for another application of AA techniques, and we find ourselves tackling it with surprising vigor. Okay. You ever have a child who just figured out how to roll over, how to do the, right? With a somersault? You ever see a kid just learn how to do a somersault? Oh, you're going to be watching this for weeks. I can do a somersault. Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect, even though they're falling to the side. Well, here we are. And I think that's a great example because, we're all kind of Toys R Us kids. And yeah. Well, why do we do that? Why? Because it's new. It's new. Yeah, look what I can do. Okay, sometimes I use that to make fun of shit. I'm not doing that anymore. That's exactly what it is. Look what we can do for you here. See, all I had to do is lower my voice, not sound like a kid. Now it's different, huh? But you think that these feelings or this excitement is different from when you were 7? No, it's the same feeling, right? The thing is, you can never experience something new twice. See, when I came back into the program this time, there was no pink cloud. I'd already experienced it. How can I experience that pink cloud again? See, it was just regular. It was normal, right? But what I did get was the spiritual experience. All right. The last 15 years of my life have been rich and meaningful. I've had my share of problems, heartaches, and disappointments because that is life. Life, we call it life on life's terms, man. That's the way it is. You know, I don't have fewer problems. Actually, I do. I have a lot fewer problems. That was because when I was drinking, I made problems up, so I continued drinking. I just created. I don't know how, but I did. I was pretty good at it. All right. But I've also known a great deal of joy and a peace that is the handmaiden of an inner freedom. And that's what I have. I have an inner freedom. Freedom from the bondage of me. That was the hard one. It was easy to be freedom of the bondage of other people. I just had to walk away. But not me. I can't walk away from me. I tried. Oh, I tried. Oh, yeah. Didn't work. Didn't work. And I knew all this stuff. It's a different hell. All right. I have a wealth of friends. And by wealth of friends, that doesn't mean a lot. Wealth of friends does not mean a lot. Otherwise, they would say, I have a lot of friends. Wealth means the right kind of friends. The friends that'll say, Dion, really? You know, it's quite often people have called me and said, Dion, you're out of your lane. You need to get back in your lane. Because they know me well enough that if I get out of my lane, I do stupid shit. Because I'm out of my lane. Right? I'll start making decisions all by myself, thinking I know better. With my AA friends and the unusual quality of fellowship. For to these people, I'm truly related. First through mutual pain and despair, and later through mutual objectives and newfound faith and hope. And as the years go by, working together, sharing our experience, strength with one another, and also sharing a mutual trust, understanding, and love. Without strings, without obligation, we acquire relationships that are unique and priceless. A lot of that going on today. See, we're a helping people, and we don't expect anything in return. Why? Because we already got what we need. We got a higher power in our lives. We don't need much from you, right? But we do need you. Without the newcomers, without old timers, without leaders, without followers, without any of the professionals, we'd be dead. It takes a tribe. It takes a tribe. I've never seen anyone win this in single-handed combat. I've watched them die. I've watched them lose. Now, there is no more aloneness with that awful ache so deep in the heart of every alcoholic that nothing could ever reach. That ache is gone and never need returned again. See? Look at that progress. Now there is a sense of belonging, of being wanted and needed and loved. In return for a bottle and a hangover, we have been given the keys to the kingdom. And what are the keys to the kingdom? Well, the keys to the kingdom is very much this. You can save someone else's life. There's no bigger, I don't have the right word for it. There's no bigger assignment than helping God's children. Okay. I see a lot of things out there, thank God, thank this and thank these people. It's like a stupid fucking Golden Globe award. And they're not thanking God. I don't care what treatment center you went to. Without God, that treatment center wouldn't have been there. Those people wouldn't have been there. So we got to put as much trust as we can each day into our higher power, right? Bren's doing it right now. Right now. She's doing it, and we're supporting her. This is exactly, and I'm not going to say this is exactly what AA is like, but this is exactly the people that I hang out with are like. Yes. We support each other. We're not all sick on the same day, which means that we can circle you and keep you safe until you're ready. Nothing wrong with that. We're not going to do the work for you, but sometimes we need a little more love. I know I do. So, all right. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. Peace out.